We got ourselves triple threat, triple boomer, and normally for these duels there's a rule: no two of any class. However, boomkins are not particularly good at duels. And there's 3 of them, and at least one of them should do well, right? Pricey swapping out to be a goblin all of a sudden with Larissa in the back. It looks like it's going to be LOL first up, doing so much damage to Pick a Pillow already. Popping into bear form, trying to heal up as much as possible. Huge heals available for Pika. Does also have the Warlock Hellstone, and LOL is actually going to be on a retreat as Pika finally able to get some casts off. On Team Red, we also got Jen, we got ourselves M6, we got ourselves Ornash, as well as Phased. And LOL gonna charge right back into this big old boomer. As Pika just trying to maintain the dots as best as possible. Popping in a trinket, I think for a health maybe. That's going to be Incarn with a disarm onto LOL. Does go for a stun. Ivan to follow. War stun for Pick a Pillow for a second. Is going to get a couple star surges in there. LOL got himself full blur up and running. Should be a lot of defensive. Intro and interrupt into Pick a Pillow. Still has frenzied regeneration. You go into bear form and catch at least some heals. Actually, out of all defenses, it looks like LOL is going to be able to slap him down with Pelter going to be up next. From one boomkin into another. At least one of those boomkins should be able to take down a Demon Hunter, right? At least one of them should be able to. Into a full stun onto Pelter. As LOL goes for a bit of a blade dance. There's so much raw damage. Thorns are off for Pelter, and LOL knows not to attack Thorns at all. He's actually just going to back up completely while his health is high. And Pelter's going to catch a few heals or two. Yeah, LOL's taking a bit of damage from afar. But he knows Thorns is just going to be deadly to him. He cannot hit into Thorns. Cannot give the Boomkin that extra freebie damage. You literally cannot do that. But to sneak it in around the refresh of a Moonfire onto LOL. I think that's all he can do right now. Did he pop it to stealth? I think he did for a second. Trying to coax LOL out from behind the pillar. It's going to get him with a stun. Trinkets out of it. While in stack form into bear form immediately. While LOL got himself blur up, back up, and running into a short war stomp onto LOL. Does he have any roots? I feel like if you play the root play style, you might be able to keep the Demon Hunter at bay for far longer. And LOL going in for a stun onto Pelter. All he needs is Metamorphosis and he'll be in a good spot. Thorns are up onto Pelter. LOL needs to find a way to, if he can dispel it. That's actually quite a lot of damage going back to the Demon Hunter in darkness right now. Throwing a bike at Pelter. Pelter needs to walk him out of there immediately. Disarm onto LOL with an Ivy to follow. Does get to silence it. Bark's got available for Pelter. No more Thorns available. LOL does get Demon Form back up and running. He should be able to heal through a lot unless Pelter has the big damage to cap him out right here. Popping into bear form, going for his heal as much as he can. LOL flying up in the air. Does Pelter actually wants to challenge him? He does not want to challenge him on a range battle. Just rather go behind the pillar and catch a couple regrowths. LOL was doing so much damage while above in the air. More than a balanced druid from a distance, but he's super low in health. Maybe Pelter might be able to do something here. Star Search coming down. Dots are on LOL. Almost had enough, and Pelter taking him out. M6 is going to be up next as a Fury Warrior just kind of zooming all over the place. Thorns are off for Pelter into a disarm onto M6. He's going to trick it out the disarm. And that's going to be a bastard to Pelter. Pop Thorns, but he's super low in health. He doesn't want to take the damage. He'd rather not take Thorns damage from a warrior at this point. That's going to be a bit of a reset for Pelter as he goes in for stealth. Might be able to catch himself a little bit of heals as M6 is obviously going to pick up the eye. Pelter actually taking down LOL was quite something, actually. It's so crazy how much damage a Demon Hunter has, you know? Pelter behind the pillar on his own team, just in this little ledge on the side of the door. That's going to be M6 hitting him with a stun. Now, trying really hard not to cleave. If you have to, yo, M6, if you need to whirlwind as part of your playstyle, man, you can. If that's like, if you're trying to do single target, and you're like, man, I want to cleave these other guys. Yo, if Pelter is in the team, dude, and if you got a whirlwind for single target, you whirlwind for single target. You know what I mean? Bladestorm coming in for M6. Immune to CC, but he's taking M6 taking a bit of damage, going for a leap charge onto Pelter. Does hit him interrupt onto a nature spells. That's going to be a bash by Pelter onto M6. That does not have another leap or another charge available. He has the Stormbolt maybe. But Pelter catching a reset. M6 trying to go for some food. Pelter poking out is going to Moonfire him to get the food out of the way. And that's going to be a Stormbolt by the Warrior. Into Trinket, Pelter into Thorns. M6 popping and Reflect. Reflect is only going to last so much longer. That's going to be Pelter actually trying to get offensive. M6 Safeguard Trinket coming up. Might have to go for Enrage Regeneration here. Pelter popping and Barkston on top of this. Trying to get some Soul Rats back to M6. Is going to get interrupted on Nature. Can go for arcane damage if he needs to. That's going to have a little bit longer cast. Into a disarm, into M6. Belcher get hit with a big old gesture gas. Needs to reheal as much as he can. Into a frenzy regen while in bear form up and running. Is going to try to get whatever instant cast damage he can into M6. M6 recovering on health without having to use enraged regeneration just yet. And Belcher trying to see if he might be able to do enough damage. Bash onto M6. Does he have enough from here? Does not go for root. Goes for regrowth instead. So all rats trying to come out, but he's going to get interrupted. I think M6 might have him here. Big old X is coming out of the warrior. And the third Boomkin comes out. Can this Boomkin do this at this point? Lulls down. M6 just needs to go down. And then the rest of it is going to be casters and phased. Can any of these boomies go for more than just one kill? Pickup Pillow had a hard time against low, but he did as well as he could. Belter took down the Demon Hunter and almost took down the Warrior. Now Plox is to take down M6, Jen, and lose to the third guy. to kind of have this like gradual upgrade of boomers into a disarm onto M6 as Prox is actually punishing M6 for a bit. Reflect comes out a little bit late. If Prox has thorns very soon, he might be able to get himself a huge thorn setup because no more Reflect available for M6. No more enraged regeneration either. Stormbolt onto Prox is going to take a little bit of damage. Has renewal in bear form. He's going to pop renewal in bear form with frenzy regeneration. I think he might have to go for more root plays. He might just have to go for root spamming onto the melee. I think it might help. It's going to get kicked on arcane, so you can go for nature spells. Going for regrowth as soon as he sees reflect from M6, and it's going to hit cap a mouth off with a big old arcane. What is it called? Astral. Right now it's going to be called Starfire in Shadowlands, but right now it's called Astral something. Astral Blast? Close enough. I'm literally already living in Shadowlands, boys. It's called Starfire for all I know. And that's going to be Price just surrounded by the army of the dead. Actually going for a massive heal right now. Has a Warlock Hellstone from Pricey as well. That's going to be a Pet Stone to follow as he's trying to get himself whatever heals possible. Lots of Necrotics coming up from FaZe. As FaZe hasn't popped a single defensive. Prox is just melting right in front of our eyes. I don't think it's going to be able to even come close. And down he goes. All the Boomkins got to play as much as they could. I think Blizzard should buff Boomkins for single target in duels. I think Boomkins should give Boomkins a buff for duels. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Larissa is going to be up next as a Frost DK versus Unholy. Dress coming out from Larissa, but it is getting split amongst the two pets the base has. So the pets actually soak up a good portion of the damage. Everybody thinks it's an AoE trinket. It's not. It's a trinket that'll do a set amount of damage to everyone around. So the more enemies you have, the less damage everybody takes. But if you have one person, it'll plunge all the spikes into that one target. If you can somehow maybe get FaZe to walk away from the pets, then that might do it. As FaZe is going to resummon another pet, as I guess one of his normal pets is just about dead. With all the Khalifa and Larissa is being actually just vicious. With FaZe, he just continued the AoE. FaZe can't outrun him. He's just trying to run circles around the guy. But all he can do is hit him with a chain of ice. Looks like FaZe got the reinforcements back up. The army of the dead is joining the fight. Larissa should be able to cleave right through them. And actually doing so much damage to FaZe. Dobbs popped himself the Dark Pact. FaZe doesn't have the Dark Pact of his own, so he's actually still in the bad spot. He's going to grip Larissa on top of him. Probably not the move that he wanted to. Try to see if he might be able to survive. Larissa popping in AMS as all their health is completely necrotic out. Is going to trick it out of that pet stun. And super low in health themselves. FaZe, I think, might have been able to turn this around. Short Sun on Larissa with Apocalypse, so that's going to be down. Goes the Frost DK with Pricey coming up next. Dropping down. Dots onto FaZe. FaZe is going to drop down a bomb. They're exchanging the big pets. Going to be AMS for FaZe as the Chaos Bolts are about to fly. Pricey could pop a wall and just try to get as much damage as possible. Cataclysm trying to happen. It's going to be gripped by FaZe. Doesn't go for any interrupts whatsoever. Pricey trying to land a fear. Not going to happen. That's going to be Chaos Bolt for free. And FaZe is going to take the Chaos Bolt to the face while Inferno's attacking him. Is going to go for big death strikes right now, though. Is going to go for massive death strikes for the moment. Pricey still has massive cooldowns available. Dark Soul stability does go down. Twisted Appendages are doing so much for him. Since FaZe isn't killing those things. He needs to get a melee to kill those. Wall coming up for Pricey, trying to get a Chaos Bolt up and running. Stun after a grip trinkets out of it. Just one more Chaos Bolt is needed. Second Chaos Bolt coming out. No, doesn't make it out. Third Chaos Bolt does not get interrupted. Late interrupt comes in, and Pricey does take down the DK just to get blasted by Ornash. It just didn't even stand a chance. Oh my god, there's so many Boomkins out here, dude. So many big old boomers. So many Boomkins, man. I swear. That was great. That's a lot of feathers, dude. That's a lot of pillows gonna be made from them, you know what I mean? Pick a pillow, dude. He knows. He knows. He knows it's gonna be stuffed. His feathers are gonna be stuffing pillows after he's done and over with. All right, boys.